when you look at this game coming up with Pitt, you've seen these boys play 10 times now, and they're getting better and better and better, and they're playing better against the better competition. And like you say, trap game against Virginia, I was impressed with the Virginia quarterback, Kurt Benkert. He was just on fire for about 3 quarters. It couldn't last. And for that team to finish off with 30 consecutive points, down by 2 touchdowns on 2 occasions to avoid the letdown, was mighty impressive. And now they play Pitt on the road. It's going to be a little chilly outside. Pitt's not a real good football team at 4-7, probably their worst team in quite a few years, but it's not going to be the best of circumstances out there for the Canes.
We're not a good enough team to worry about how bad another team is, especially going into the cold. Most of these young guys have never been anywhere cold their whole life. So you're going to have to go up to Pitt when it's probably going to be in the mid to upper 30s, you know, maybe starting the game. Game's a noon game, somewhere around that. So it's going to be cold and probably wet, maybe a little rainy. And the last time we played in cold weather was in Texas. I remember that game when it snowed and we ran out of the stadium. That won't happen this time, but you definitely can't look past a Pitt team that's always tough. Whether their record is bad, they play a tough style of defense and always got a decent running game. But we can't let the team look past a team like that. You know what I'm saying? With now national championship aspirations, which we never thought we would say that this year. You can't slip up against a team like Pitt with national championship aspirations.
So, Zoe, you're taking us all the way back to the Cotton Bowl. You're taking us back to that route of Texas, going all the way back.
No, I'm taking this a couple years back when we were in
Luke Falk in Washington State.
Yeah, we were in.
I was going to say, I remember that game, the Sun Bowl. There were snow flurries. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that game.
We got ran out. We got ran out of El Paso.
So it was a close ball game. It was a close game.
I think we got beat pretty bad that game there.
That was a pretty close game, though. That was a close game. I remember scores. I'm thinking you lost that game by less than a touchdown.
It might have been, but it didn't look that good. It didn't look that good. So, okay.
I will tell you, so that I'm up here in Connecticut, and the wind is howling out there, and it's cold. So if you live in the Midwest or the Northeast and it's late November, it could be high 50, 60 degrees, or it could be 25 or 30. You have no idea what it's going to be. And it's been one of those weeks where it went from about 75 10 days ago to, down into the upper 30s. And I can hear the wind right now howling. So I don't know, Pittsburgh's about 5 to 6 hours away, but it's still roughly in that same weather range. So it's not going to be real comfortable for those boys. And when those, as you know, when those pads pop, when it's that cold, it doesn't feel real good.
It doesn't. I tell people all the time. I remember me and my brother was driving from Miami a couple years back to South Carolina from a game. And we had left Miami and we pulled up in Georgia. We stopped to fill gas up in Georgia. We had on shorts and a t-shirt, and we got out of the car, and it was like 35 degrees. We left Miami, it was 95. It was like a world change. It's like, oh my. And that's what it's like for a bunch of young men that have never left South Florida, really, So a lot of freshmen on this team, and they're going to have to definitely be prepared, and they definitely can't look past Pitt. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go 11-0 and get into the ACC championship game. But the resilience of this team has a lot to do with that hurricane. Those guys were apart for a long time and had to fight together and scrap together and do those things. So I really believe that had a lot to do with how close they grew, how fast they did it. So I don't think they're looking past nobody because so many teams look past them.
All right, we got Pitt hosting Miami coming up on Friday, the regular season finale for both teams, and that's it for Pitt. They're done in 2017 at 4-7. They're not going to make a bowl game, but for Miami, they've got a ton to play for with this college football playoff appearance, and of course, they will be in the ACC championship game against Clemson. Pitt with a down season, but still coming off a decent effort at Virginia Tech. Only lost 20-14 in that one. Ben DiNucci's their backup quarterback. They lost their starting quarterback quite a few weeks ago in Max Brown. Just a forgettable season for Pat Narduzzi and company.